Planning your next birthday? Simple, right? You wait a year and it comes around again. Well, not on Venus. On Venus, your birthday would actually arrive before your first full day is even over. Let me say that again. A single day on Venus lasts longer than a whole year. And no, that's not a mistake. So before your brain melts, let's slow down. What even is a day? What is a year? A year is simple. It's one full lap around the sun. And a day is one full spin of a planet on itself. Two completely different things. On Earth, one spin takes 24 hours. One lap takes 365 days. Nice and tidy. But Venus breaks both of them. Venus has the slowest spin in the entire solar system. One single rotation takes 243 Earth days. 243. You could sit on a rock and wait for months just to see one sunrise. Meanwhile, Venus is much closer to the sun than we are, so it races around its orbit in only 225 days. Look at those two numbers again. The day, 243. The year, 225. The year is actually shorter than the day. It's completely absurd. You'd celebrate your birthday before the planet even finished turning around once. Good luck scheduling anything on Venus. But hold on, because there's a second twist coming. Most planets in the solar system spin the same way, same direction, like a big family all turning together. On Earth, that's why the sun rises in the east and sets in the west every single day. But Venus spins backwards. It didn't get the memo. It turns the opposite way from almost everyone else. And that means something wonderfully strange. On Venus, the sun rises in the west and sets in the east. Everything is flipped. So why is Venus so rebellious? Honestly, we're still not entirely sure. Maybe a giant collision knocked it over billions of years ago. Or maybe its incredibly thick atmosphere slowly dragged its spin to a crawl and reversed it. Venus keeps its secrets well. Now, a slow, backwards sunrise almost sounds relaxing, doesn't it? A calm little planet taking its time. Wrong. Because Venus is the most hellish place in the entire solar system. The surface temperature? 465 degrees Celsius. That's hot enough to melt lead. In fact, Venus is even hotter than Mercury, and Mercury sits right next to the sun. Step outside on Venus and you'd be cooked like a pizza in seconds. But why is it so ridiculously hot? The answer is a thick blanket of carbon dioxide. Sunlight gets in, and the heat can never get back out. It's trapped forever, a runaway greenhouse effect, a warning written across an entire planet. And it gets worse. The atmosphere on Venus is so heavy that the pressure at the surface is about 90 times stronger than on Earth. 90 times. That's like standing 900 meters deep in the ocean. You wouldn't just feel uncomfortable. You'd be flattened instantly. And those pretty, creamy clouds floating around Venus? They're not made of water. They're made of sulfuric acid. It literally rains acid on Venus. Except, here's the punchline. It's so hot that the acid evaporates before it even reaches the ground. Venus can't even rain properly. Heat, pressure, acid, everything on this planet is trying to kill you. And here's the truly wild part. Venus is almost the same size as Earth. Same rough mass. Born from the same cloud of dust. Around the same sun. At the same time. Venus is basically Earth's twin. But meet the evil twin. It spins backwards. It cooks you. It crushes you. And it has a birthday before breakfast. So let's bring it all together. Two planets. Two near twins. Same ingredients, wildly different endings. One became home, with oceans, with life, with you. The other became a nightmare of heat and acid and crushing pressure. And that's exactly why Venus matters. Venus is a warning. It shows us what happens when a greenhouse effect spirals completely out of control. Some scientists even think Venus might have had oceans once, that it could have been a lot more like us long ago, before everything went wrong. Which makes you realize just how lucky our planet really is, and how fragile. Now, you might be wondering, has anyone actually tried to land on Venus? Yes, and it did not go well. Back in the 1970s, Soviet probes called the Venera missions dared to descend into that inferno. They were built like tanks, designed to survive the unimaginable. And one of them, Venera 13, managed to touch the surface and send back photos. The first pictures ever taken from another planet's ground. But here's the thing. It survived for only about 2 hours before the heat, the pressure, and the acid completely destroyed it. 2 hours. That's the longest anything humans have ever built has lasted on Venus. Just think about that the next time you complain about a hot afternoon. But here's a twist that might surprise you. The surface of Venus is a death trap, sure, but go up, way up, about 50 kilometers into its atmosphere, and something strange happens. Up there, in the clouds, the temperature drops to something almost pleasant, and the pressure becomes close to what we feel on Earth. It's still not exactly a holiday spot with all that acid floating around, but it's the most Earth-like environment anywhere else in the solar system, which is why some scientists have seriously imagined floating cities drifting through the skies of Venus. Not on the ground, never on the ground, but high above it, riding the clouds. A hellish planet with a strangely welcoming sky. Venus really can't decide what it wants to be. So the next time you look up and see that bright, beautiful star glowing near the horizon, remember, it's not a star at all. It's a world gone wrong. A planet that broke its own clock, where a day outlasts a year and the sun rises backwards. Same start as Earth, completely different fate. So here's my question for you. Would you visit Venus, even for just 1 minute? Be honest and tell me in the comments. I won't judge. Because the universe is full of worlds this strange, and honestly, we've only just started exploring them. Somewhere out there are planets even weirder than Venus, just waiting to be discovered. If you want more cosmic madness like this, subscribe. It really helps the channel, and there are 2 more videos waiting for you right now. Thanks for watching. Stay curious and keep looking up.